Well, it's a little after 6:30 a.m. I'm trying to get an early start. I'm going to be breaking camp this morning. I'm going to try to get my morning going as quick as possible, get some coffee, light breakfast in me, pack up and hit the road. We're expecting some more high winds in the early afternoon, so I'm going to try to beat those on the road by getting on the road early. I've only got about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive ahead of me, so it should all go well. Going to pull into the town. I'm at my destination and get my parts at the auto parts store ordered, so if they don't have them in stock, they can at least have them there by the afternoon. I can pick them up and be ready to work on the van tomorrow. That's the plan. Not sure where I'm at in the timeline here. I do have some problems with the van right now. I'm guessing by my diagnosis that it is the universal joints at the drive shaft. I'm getting some vibration and noise when I put it into gear, getting a little clunking when I shift into drive or reverse. Checked it, got under there and checked it. It does seem a little loose and they do seem worn. The seals seem like they're worn. So I'm going to start with that. If that doesn't do it, then it most likely is a transmission issue, so we'll see. I'm going to have a little assistance. I'm going to be pulling into an RV park where my buddy Bill is camped. They've been there for a little while, so I'm going to actually get a space, stay there for a couple nights, just so I have a place to actually work on the van and be near an auto parts store. So that is the plan. I'm going to get this morning going. Okay, we are ready to roll out of here. Got about 120 miles ahead of us. Going to be pulling right into an O'Reilly Auto Parts store. Get my parts ordered up. Looks like I am full up on gas. We're good to go. Might get a shower or two. It's looking kind of gray over that way. Well, this has been a great spot. I've been camped just outside of Camp Verde, Arizona, some public land. Worked out really good for me. You guys might be able to see it in the dash cam here. When I accelerate, I'm getting a real bad vibration. Fortunately, we're going down in elevation, not up. Just gonna do my best to not, hit the gas too hard. Worst case scenario, those U-joints could give way and the drive shaft could go flying, which is not a good thing. Well, we did have to do a little bit of climbing. That should be the last of it. We might have to go over one more little grade. Just taking it easy. Did that at about 35, just not trying to push it at all. Alright, down we go. Alright, well, I stopped at the auto parts store and got my parts ordered. Last time I had to get parts through O'Reilly Auto Parts. If they didn't have it in stock, you had to have them ordered in from another location, but you had to pay on the spot. I guess they don't do that anymore, so I actually could have called and done that over the phone and they would have been there my first visit. Now I'm going to have to backtrack and go back, but oh well, now I know. But if you're needing auto parts on the road, it seems like with O'Reilly you can just call ahead and they'll get them ordered in. You don't have to pay until you go pick them up. Alright, I'm going to go check out this RV park, see what I got to pay. They even got a spot for me. Alright, well here I am in an unfamiliar place for me. I'm in an RV park. Like I mentioned on the way in, I was going to try to actually get a spot here, but it turns out the manager is rarely here, so I couldn't get one if I wanted. So I'm kind of hanging out with Bill here. He let me park near his RV spot. Hey Bill.
I didn't let him.
Yeah, I had to force him.
Just like loitering.
Got some bum in a van and is parked next to his rig here. So anyway, we are going to try to remove the drive shaft, or I am, and then Bill's going to give me a hand. He's going to drive me into the auto parts store. They gave me the wrong U-joints, so we're dealing with that. We're just going to bring the whole drive shaft in and see if we can match up the right ones. And hopefully that solves the problem, the noise and the vibration. We'll see. If not, that'll let me know it's definitely not the U-joints. So I'm going to get busy. Bill's going to kind of be my guidance so I don't screw anything up majorly. And yeah, here we go. All right, we'll show you what we're dealing with here. This is the drive shaft here, this big long thing. And the drive shaft goes into the back end of the transfer case or transmission. The lighting's not gonna be the best under here. But the U-joints are right in here. It's a universal joint there on the front end of the drive shaft, and then there's another one on the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace them both since we're gonna have the drive shaft out. That'll brighten up for us there. And the way I'm gonna remove the drive shaft is there's some brackets here on the back. There's 2 bolts there, 2 on the other side, so I'll release that, get the back end of the drive shaft out, and then that will allow me to pull the front end out of the transmission there. So I'm gonna get busy. This is gonna be tough to film because it's so tight under here, so we'll show you when we got it removed. Okay, so the drive shaft came out really easy, and right off the bat, definitely the rear U-joint is bad. The cap fell right off, and there's no bearings in it. It's all chipped up here. See if that'll focus. Focus. You can see that outer edge is all chipped up. That's a definite sign that this rear U-joint is bad for sure. It's all chewed up around here as well.
So I'm going to teach Brian something. Okay, so repeat after me.
All right.
One smart fellow, he felt smart.
One smart fella, he felt smart.
2 smart fellows, they both felt smart.
2 smart fellas, they both felt smart.
You almost did it. 3 smart fellows, they all smelt farts. I did it.
3 smart fellas, they all smelt farts.
There you go. Now you got it.
All right.
If I can't trick you to do it, I get you to say it anyway.
It looks like we got the right parts. The way to go was definitely to bring the old ones with, because they had to basically take out every U-joint they had in stock to match them up. We finally did get the correct ones for the front and back, so we're good to go. Now just have to install them and give it a test drive. Hopefully everything will go good. All right, so we are back. We've got the drive shaft out here. It's time to get the new U-joints put in. So Bill's gonna school me on his process for doing this.
Yeah, just kind of
look like a little bit.
We're gonna try to press them in if we can with the C-clamp.
All right.
It may not be enough to do it.
All right, so we got successively the U-joint in the yoke portion here. So now it's time to get the it pressed into the actual drive shaft. So we're gonna use that big C-clamp again. Start with pressing one side in, then we can get to the other side.
My portable press.
Pretty slick.
And once you get to a certain point, then oh boy, can you hold this from moving? Got it. I think that went in far enough.
It's in now.
Okay, that slid in that time. Okay, now where'd that other cap go? There it is. All right, here we go. Hold that. Oh, yeah, there it went. It just popped in. I felt it popped.
It's nice and smooth here.
All right.
Now same deal.
Feels like it started, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's take it over here. We'll drive it in. Ready?
Yep.
I think that's plenty.
Plenty, yeah. Just putting in the retaining clip.
This is the easy one.
This is going smooth. Yeah. Okay guys, so we finally got it. The big challenge was getting this cap seated in there evenly. It just wasn't wanting to seat in there, so I basically just had to go turn by turn, one turn on this bolt, one turn on this bolt to make sure that this clamp seated down evenly. Same thing on the other side, and it looks like we've got it all tightened up. So I'm going to give it a test drive, come back and probably try to tighten these bolts one more time and double check everything, but it looks like we have some success here. The test drive shall give us the final verdict. All right, well, we tried to go for a little test drive, and it seems like the noise is worse. We'll take a listen. This is what we're dealing with. All right, hold up. It's definitely not the brakes. It's coming right from that U-joint. Hold on. All right, guys, so I just wanted to recap and share with you guys what's going on and what we've kind of come up with a conclusion to how to handle where I'm at with this van. I do have AAA, so I am going to have the van towed to a shop tomorrow and have them look at the van. What we've decided is that we're pretty confident we did the replacing the U-joints right, but I really believe that I caused some damage with the rear differential, driving it from where I was in Camp Verde down to where I'm at now. It was a good 90 miles, and it was really foolish of me to attempt that, knowing that the U-joint was already bad. I should have just found a shop up there and taken it to them and not put any miles on the van in the condition it was. And Bill really believes also that I have the van overloaded on the back end. I got this heavy duty rack that's hitch mounted, and I have my trail bike mounted onto that. So I've got a good 300 pounds hanging way over the back of the van, which is not good. So what I'm going to do from here is if they can get going on the repairs, I've already been on Craigslist, I'm going to go ahead and purchase a small cargo trailer, probably like a 4x6 or 5x6 trailer enclosed. That way I can get some stuff out of the inside of the van into the cargo trailer, get the trail bike, my mountain bike in there, and that way the weight isn't sitting over the back of the van how it's been. It's really been sagging, and we believe that that was causing the drive shaft going into the differential to kind of bind up, and that's the noise that we're getting. So it's really hard for us to diagnose because we don't have a lift, and that's something that a shop can do. They can put it up on a lift, actually run it while it's up in the air, and they can really pinpoint where that noise is coming from and make a proper diagnosis. So long story short, what I'm sharing this for with all of you, I know a lot of you guys just like my videos because you're kind of living vicariously through me and would never think about living the lifestyle I'm living, but I know a lot of you do watch my videos because this is something that you're thinking about doing, getting on the road, taking seasonal jobs, and the most important thing that I would suggest is to have a good emergency fund. Like I mentioned, I am financially prepared for any major repairs. I would recommend at least $5,000 as an emergency fund. That's, you know, I've never gone below that. I've got quite a bit more than that. Working these seasonal jobs has really allowed me to save up a lot of money to be prepared for any of these type of emergencies, as well as investing and stuff like that. So I would recommend to anyone, you know, having that emergency fund is very, very important. Otherwise, I would probably be freaking out right now. I'm prepared to, if I need to, stay in a hotel while the van is in the shop. I'm hoping they can do it within a few days, and I'm going to be honest with the shop owner and proposition if he can let me sleep in the van overnight, just to sleep in it, and you know, when they open up, I can keep myself busy during the day, use public transportation, go to the public library, hang out, keep myself busy until they're done. But if they can't let me sleep in the van, I'll just have to get a hotel room, and once again use public transportation or get an Uber, and that's how I'm going to handle it. I will be honest with you guys, when all this initially started happening, and of course when the repair didn't go as planned, I did go through a period of just being very very upset, frustrated, as well as just feeling helpless and lost. But what I really had to do is just check and notice and remember that I'm fine. Physically, I'm fine. My body is fine. This is my van that's having issues, and once again, I'm financially prepared. So, you know, just take it one step at a time, and I'll get through this and be back on the road, and everything's fine. So, once again, just wanted to share that with anyone that's out on the road or thinking about it. That emergency fund is very, very important. So, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I appreciate everyone following along. Appreciate all the positive support, and we'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Take care. Peace.